We upload our zip file of the module. Once installed, we proceed to configure it. Here you must enter the API token that will allow us to download the default IP database automatically. The API token is obtained directly from our IP2 location account. We copy the token API and paste it into the configuration of our module and save it. In case the database is not downloaded automatically, it can be downloaded manually from the site. We look for the IP2 location IPv6 database tab. Download the DB3 Lite BNIP6 version. Once downloaded, we extract the binary file and load it into our module in the path /libraries/databases/. Again proceed and click on Save. Once the module detects a database, we can continue with the global configuration of the module. The first two options allow us to exclude geolocation for crawlers, bots, and spiders, this in order not to affect the SEO of our website. In case your store has Cloudflare, activate this option. It is possible to detect the currency according to the customer's country. This option is directly linked to the list of countries in the module. The module has several options to detect the user's language. You can set carriers by default. Previously, the carrier must be associated to the corresponding country in the list of countries of the module. You can enable or disable all redirects. You can also enable or disable all the info bars. It is possible to enable a limit in hours for the time of life of the cookie. It is possible to change the API token at any time, as well as having multiple databases. In case you require more precision in the detection, you can acquire payment databases directly in IP2 location. The IP2 location databases are updated on average every month. The module has a cron task that you can configure on your server so that the default IP database is updated automatically. Now we will create an example redirection. As a first step, we enable redirections and click on Save. Now we can add a redirection by clicking on the plus button. The redirection allows the user to be redirected as long as their IP belongs to the selected country or countries. Let's use United States for this example. Now we enter the URL to which we want to redirect the user, in case it comes from United States. It is important that the URL is including the protocol. It can be an internal or external URL. For this example we will use an external URL. It is possible to indicate the number of times that the user will be redirected. You can leave 0 to redirect all the time. You can enable the full path option. In the description of the option you will find an example of possible use cases. It is possible to display a pop-up with a redirection option, instead of the user being redirected immediately. We are going to make an example of a redirection without the use of the pop-up. Activate the redirection and save. Now we have a redirection for the country of United States that we previously selected in our list of countries. The redirection is made to google.com and infinitely. We can use the URL offered by the module to perform our tests. Because we are on localhost, nothing will happen. For this we can use a proxy IP address of United States. We simply copy the IP address of the proxy and replace it in our test URL. As you can see, the redirect is correct. Now we will make an example using the same redirection, but with the option to show a pop-up. The module has an option that loads test information for the content section of the pop-up. We save and repeat the steps to access through the IP address of a proxy belonging to United States. As we can see, the pop-up is displayed correctly. We can also perform tests for countries that are not within this redirection and to which the site should be shown correctly. We only replace the IP address in the test URL with that of a country other than United States. And we observe that nothing happens. Now let's add the country of Brazil within our redirection. Let's edit our redirect to add the country of Brazil to our list of countries that will be redirected. When refreshing the URL that contains the IP address of Brazil, the pop-up is displayed correctly along with a flag that identifies the country where the IP address comes from. Now we are going to perform a test using the info bars. We deactivate the redirections, activate the option of info bars and save. The info bars work in the same way as a redirect, but the purpose of these is to show content on your site. We click on Add a new infobar. Let's use the country of Brazil in this example. We add it in our list of countries. Here we add the content of our infobar. We also have the option to generate test content. The module has a series of options associated with the style of the infobar, which will allow you to give a personal touch. For this test, we will only change the background color of our infobar. One of the options of the module is to be able to choose the position of the infobar. It is also possible to choose whether the information bar is positioned statically or not. For advanced users, the module allows you to add custom CSS styles to the infobar. Finally, we activate the infobar and save. Again we look for a Brazilian IP address and paste it into the module's test URL. We can see that the infobar is displayed correctly as well as its content. As a final test, we added an IP address of Spain to prove that the information bar is not shown to countries that are not in the list of selected countries. We paste the IP and we will notice that nothing happened. This is due to the fact that Spain is not a country that has been selected in the countries of this information bar.